Welcome everyone to Gentle Movement. My name is Chris, and this is brought to you by the MS Focus, the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation. And we're going to do some gentle movement to help get our day started or finish our day, depending on where you are. If you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to stop, pause, rewind, and check out other videos as well. So typically we get started, we're just going to start. Let's just put our hands on our knees and take a deep breath in and exhale. And just start getting comfortable in the chair. In the chair you're in, you might need to move forward a little bit. We just want to make sure that we're balanced. Number one, as best we can be, that we're in a safe space and we have room to move our arms, right? Those are the main things. If you have sides on your chair, that's okay. Anything that we do can be adaptable. So just do what you need to do. If you need to take a pause, if you feel overheated, please feel free to do that. So just take a nice deep breath in and exhale. And inhale and exhale. One more time, nice deep inhale and exhale. So I start with my eyes closed, and I'm going to just open them as I start moving my wrists around, either one at a time or both at the same time, just slowly. With that, I'm going to allow my thumbs to start moving as well. And as I open up my hands, as if I'm playing piano, and just start going around. As I do that, start feeling the motion get a little bit bigger, start moving my elbows and shoulders. So just gently, just like it's going down. We're just going to start raising up slightly. Deep breath in as we come up and exhale as we open up. So I come up and then open. And then start scooping up and open. Okay. So when we come up, we're going to do it a couple different ways. Sometimes we can come up with our hands out like this, like we're mummies. And we come out, and then another way we can come is scoop, right? Scooping. And another way is what is called knife edge, or thumbs up, where it's your thumbs like this going straight up. We're just going to do a few of these, or if you want to try a little challenging, it's called knife edge, where we bring our hands, the tops of our hands are not touching, but they're facing each other, and we come up and come out. Now, sometimes that can be a little tricky. It's just variations to try, but do what works for you. You can try all four, or you can just do one that works for you. And we're just going to rotate and rotate. Now, on this next rotation, we're going to come up and just hold for a moment. Take a deep breath in, exhale, slowly bring our hands to the side and slowly bring them down. Okay, now one hand comes up, either right or left, and it's going to go across that arm. It's going to go across to the opposite leg. So I raise my right arm. It's going to go across to my left leg. Deep breath in, exhale, and release slowly. Same on the opposite side. Lift up slowly and bring our arm to the opposite side. raising my left, bringing it over my right leg. Now this is just to help loosen and open our backs slightly. We're not really there yet to do anything crazy. Let's do that one more time. Come up with your right or left and go the opposite leg. This time I'm going to put in a little bit of a twist and begin to face the left-hand side. Deep breath in, exhale and release. Left arm up, hold for a moment, over to the right, a little bit of a twist as we look to the right. This will help start opening up the upper back. Our lower back we haven't worked on yet, so that might still be a little tight. Deep breath in, exhale and release. Okay. I'm going to rotate my hands a little bit more just to get them, and you might hear some pops happening. Could be elbows, could be shoulders. It's okay as long as you're not in pain. Okay. I'm going to start lifting, and I'll show you. Start lifting my legs. Start doing very similar things that we just did with our upper body. We'll do with our lower body. So I'm just going to, if you have shoes on, this might be a little tricky to bend your toes like this, but it's okay. You don't need to do anything too crazy, right? So we're just going to like pump our feet. Should feel this in the back of your thigh. I mean, the back of your calf. Deep breath in. All right. So now I'm going to put the tips of my toes on the ground and push forward very gently. Nothing too much, just so I feel a little bit of tension being released when I release it. So just back and forth. If that works for you. If not, we can go side to side like this with our ankles. What we want to do, the whole point of doing this is getting our ankles loose, right? There's a lot of tension in our elbows and more than we realize. And so by loosening our ankles and our big toes, right? Our toes hold a lot of tension as well. We use them a lot. So while we do this, we want to make sure that we loosen some of the ankles. Right? So we're just going to walk a little bit and then start lifting our legs. And I point my toes down when I do this. So we're just going to walk in place, take a deep breath as we do it. If you need to hold on to the side of your chair, you can. It's okay. If not, you can put your hands on top of basically we want to make sure we're balanced. So I like to have them on the outside of my legs. Now I'm going to lift up and open. So I'm going to lift up my knee, my right knee, open to the right, and then slide it back. Lift up my left knee, open to the left, slide it back. Do it 2 more times. Up, over to the right, left knee up, and over to the left, slide back. Right knee up, over to the right, and slide back, left knee up, over to the right, and slide back. All right, very good. Now we're going to lift up and show a little bit different. So where we grab our knee, behind our knee, we're going to grab and just lift and hold it for a second and try and swing back and forth and unhinge, right? So our knees hinge almost like a door, and I just want to give it some support so I can kick it out. And this is also going to help stretch your back a little bit, your side of, your shoulders a little bit. So just going to kick out slightly, and then other side. So left-hand side. And really just lift it up. It's like a swing, and then let it kind of go back and forth. right? You can rotate if you want, if that feels good. And back to the right, do a little bit of that just for the knee. Nothing too crazy. And up on the other side. Very good. And this, if you hold this, you might feel your arm in the back, arms right here, get a little pull as well. All right. So now that we have our appendages kind of managed, let's start working more on our back and neck, right? So I'm just going to bring my chin down into my chest and slowly go to my right and work my way around. And just really slow. Our neck is really sensitive. There's a lot of nerves. There's a lot of blood flow there. So we have to just be sensitive to that. Take a deep breath in, come back around. Exhale, nice and slow in and out as we go around. And continue around. And we're going to stop when we get to the bottom and go in the opposite direction. Deep breath in. We want to make sure we have nice body posture, that we're not bent over when we do this. And come over to the right. One more time. Deep breath in. And over. And back. And down. And hopefully you'll feel this in your really like between your shoulder and your head where you come up. Now we're going to do some shoulder shrugs. Now that we've loosened up our neck. Again, nice and slow, very gentle. Inhale and exhale, nice and slow and gentle. Up and back. Up and back. And up and back. Now we're going to do the opposite direction where we go up. I'll turn on my seat so you can see. Where we go up, forward, and around, as opposed to forward and back. We can do both. We just want to make sure that we're equal on both sides. So come back around. And this will help start getting shoulder blades, right? Because the shoulders are here, but what's in the back is a little bit different. And this helps us come across. So after we do the shoulder shrugs, I'm just going to let my arm go back and forth and then come across and hold up and raise up and raise down. Nice and slow. You can do it gently, right? It doesn't have to be super tight. What I envision and hope for is that our shoulders are not near our ears, and we're not looking like this. We want to be very straightforward with our head up and just start doing little twists. So now we get into the mid and lower back and slowly release. Come up with the opposite arm and come across. And raise up and down. Breathing in, breathing out. And slowly release. And now I'm going to just open up. I have my thumbs up. My hands, my fingers are spread wide. The webs are really open. And just open up the space to allow my heart to crack open a little bit. Just this section right here helps open up the chest. We can bring our arms up, come across, give ourselves a hug. do the best you can as you hug. And then once we're hugged, just a little squeeze back and forth. Slowly. Deep breath in. Exhale when we twist. Nice and slow. Slowly release the arms. As we continue a twist on either side. Slowly release and a twist on either side. We let our arms just hang low and twist. Happy 11/11 if you're on the East Coast of North America or South America, Eastern time zone, or wherever 12 hours ahead is. I'm not sure where that is. All right. We're going to lift our, let's start with our right. Lift our right arm up. Keep our head up. We don't want to look down. We want to keep our chin up and eyes up. And just, we're going to slightly bend over to the left, like we're ballet, and doing some beautiful, graceful movement. And up, slight bend to the right with your left arm. And then back down. This will help open up the ribs and give us a little bit access to a little bit deeper breath. Let's do that one more time. I'm going to scoop up on the right. Once I reach the top, slight bend to the left. And down. The goal is that the ribs open up on the side that the arm is up. So left arm up, slight bend, just to open up and separate the rib cage. So we're going to come across again with our right arm and go into a little bit deeper twist and release, and then go to the opposite side and release. All right. Take a deep breath. Let's just take a quick little pause. Close our eyes. Think of some, either think of nothing or input some lovely thought, or mantra, meditation, anything that you have that might help improve your day. Bring that in. Deep breath in. And that could be one word that you choose. Sometimes I'll give you some prompts. Could be kindness, could be forgiveness, could be gentleness. This could mean kindness, forgiveness, or gentleness with ourselves or with others. It's very important. So nice deep breath in and exhale. And one more breath in and exhale. Now we're going to bring both arms up. Deep breath in. Lean back slightly in the chair and go forward. We're going to keep our chin up, right? And then just come forward. Keeping our hands in front of us. And we're going to bend down. We're going to try to do our best to touch the floor. Do what you can. You can stop wherever you need to. And just try to get as low as you can without any issues. If you can go deeper, that's great. This is really for the lower back. So we come back up slowly, deep breath in. And we're going to do this a couple of times, right? So we have to be very slow and very thoughtful about this when we do this. So we're not having blood rush to our heads. So we come up, deep breath in, lean back. Exhale, going forward, chin up. Looking forward. Going to feel this in our lower back and hips. Again, as deep as you can. Slowly come back up, inhale in. Exhale as we come rise. Inhale as we peak. Exhale and down. Very good. One more time. Just go slow, right? No need to do it fast. And so we can come back up. Exhale going down. And when we get to the bottom, keep our chin up. Inhale, come back up. And exhale to the sides. All right. Now is a good time. We're going to do different types of shoulder shrug. So it's we're just going to lift up on either side, and we're going to work with our neck again. Okay, so we're going to go slow again, but just lift up both at the same time and then down. So it's kind of a slow up. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale slowly up. Exhale down. Now this is slightly different than what we did before, where we were just opening up. This we're actually gonna lift. You should feel a squeeze when we reach our ears. And exhale, drop, nice and gently. And then we're gonna rotate. We're not gonna rotate actually, we're just gonna pull. We're gonna align our chin with our shoulder. Sometimes I like to grab the side of my chair for this, where I can lean slightly and let my head, and if you want, you can touch your head and slightly bring it over more. Be very gentle, very gentle. Just touch, 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 just to give some support. Inhale in and exhale. We're going to release slowly and come back to the center. And the opposite side. So I'm going to lean to the right slightly, holding onto my chair with my left arm, my left hand. And this will give us a little bit longer of a stretch and a little bit more support. Again, touching my head gently and bending it, not bending it, but just supporting it. It's very gentle. Release all the tension in your arm. Inhale in, release top of your head. Gently come back to the center. All right. We don't do any of this. We try not to do any of this fast because it's very sensitive and we can get lightheaded pretty quick. So we just want to make sure that we touch those places, but not in a way that's in a powerful to overly powerful position. All right. I'm gonna bring my arms forward, thumbs up, and open up my arms and have them come out as if I'm greeting someone. Pinching my shoulders in the back as if there is a playing card between my shoulders, and bringing my arms back behind me. So we're going to do that one more time. All right, and lift up, rotate slightly. Pinch our shoulders. Chins up, noses up. Deep breath in and squeeze. And exhale and release and just let them drop. Right. Let me do the same thing one more time. Just come up, thumbs up, open up. And there are a couple different ways we can get there from here. The idea is that we pinch our shoulder blades in the back if it feels okay. And once we feel that, deep breath in and exhale. Okay. So what that does is that helps open up the front of the chest as well as strengthen our back, right? So with balance and things like that, we can strength is important, awareness is important as well, and just being able to access the different points of our being. Now what I'd like to do is take our left hand as if we're reaching for a seatbelt and pull it forward. Now in America, we have a little bit different, I'm doing passenger side first. If you're in England, this is driver's side, or other countries that you drive on the wheels on the opposite side there. And then opposite. So driver's side in America, passenger side in England, and pull it down. And we're just going to grab really slow, twist, look, and pull. Do the opposite side again. So I'm using my left arm to reach. Deep breath in, slowly grab, and slowly bring over. And drop it. Very good. All right. So we've done a fair bit of work so far. So let's take just a pause. We try to, in the gentle movement, every 15, depending on what we're doing, every 15 minutes, we stop for a couple minutes just to reflect and to kind of like just do a body assessment. Let's feel what we're feeling. Make sure we're feeling okay, right? So if there's any soreness, any pain, it's okay to just sit in this position for a little bit until we feel better. Hopefully there's no pain, and hopefully there's not too much soreness. But we are activating things, so that might release some energy and some chemicals in our body that might make us sore. All right, so deep breath in and exhale. All right. One more time. We're going to bring our arms up. We're going to do a double. Wait, it's kind of like a double twist. We're going to bring our entire body over and down as if we're picking something up off the floor. Now this is a balance. This requires balance, right? So imagine if there's something on the floor and we need to reach for it. We want to go super slow. So this is just for a really lower back bend. And then lift up. It's just a little bit deeper, similar to what we've already done, but just incorporating different angles to get different feeling. So we're going to come back up, both arms, now over to the right, or you can pretend like you're placing a box, right? The idea is that we get different angles when we do this, and then come back up. Keeping our chin up, and placing that same box in front of us. Okay, let's try that one more time. We're going to come up, over to the left. I'm not going to go all the way down. If you find this is, it can be tough sometimes if you have hip issues or any sort of issues if you had surgery. Be gentle with your body, please. And down and up, because it does us no good if there's gentle movement and pain associated with it. So if you've had recent surgeries, if you have a port, if you have any number of things, and there's something we can't do, just pause. It's no worries. All right. Let's see. Let me think if there's what else might be good to add on to what we've already done. It's gentle still, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to our legs. And all these things can be done in a matter of moments if we do only one or two sets of them. So if we're in an office setting or something like that, or sitting at someone's house and we feel the need to move some body movement, don't feel shy. So because what I find is when I'm in an airport or traveling or any of these things, that that my legs get, especially sitting like this in the chairs, they get lack of blood and oxygen, just kind of run out, and I get and my legs get what is it? They fall asleep. It's no good. So some things we can do is engage, just stick our toes out and lift our legs up, and no one's going to care if you're doing this, right? They might be jealous. So I just like to point my toe. Hi. Just point my toe and then come back, right? And then point my heel. I can twist or turn. I point my heel up or to the side and around, just rotate it, right? But sticking our heel directly out. This will help the back of the knee. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can do a slight bend from the hips and then lower. Same on the other side, right? With the heel, press the heel, like loosen the toes up top, and then bend forward slightly. I like to make sure that I'm holding my leg, and this helps the back of the knee. And the more you push your heel forward, the more stretch there'll be in the back of the knee. Again, if you've had knee surgery, if you have any issues like that, please be really gentle. And if you feel anything that doesn't feel good, please stop. From this position, we can also rotate again, as we did earlier. We'll get more feeling, we'll feel it more. It's tough to go to the left. Our heel or our ankles don't really do that. It's tough to go out, right? Our feet aren't supposed to do that. They can come in. So it's easier to stretch the outside here. The best we can do is kind of rotate around. I lead with my big toe and just rotate around, right? We're going to go back to the right leg, lift up, kick my heel out, bend forward slightly. Right? So this is like if you're on the ground and your leg's in front of you and you're standing straight up, it's the same exact motion, same exact feeling. If you want to try and touch, feel free. That's a lot deeper stretch. Some people really like that. That engages more of the leg. Again, just be mindful of balance and forward. Yeah. And that can feel really good as well. Next, I want to focus on our knees, because we need our knees to do a lot of heavy lifting, generally speaking. So I like to show them some love. So in order to do that, we have to relax them, which is tough. So I come a little bit more forward on my chair, and we're starting to relax now. We're done with the heavy duty work, right? So I like to make a little claw and put it in front of my knee, and put and massage my thumb on and massage with my thumb on the upper part of my knee, and just rotate like this and grab. Again, surgeries, any sort of pain, please stop. You can just place your hand. Another thing you can do if you don't want to be so aggressive is just to place your hands, cup your hands over and do a cupping. So it's basically you're pulling to help bring some blood flow and attention and energy to your knee. And you can use your thumbs to help rub if that feels good. Some people really like that. Some people have a tough time with that too. So it all depends. Everybody is different. And then just squeeze the top of the knee. Just a little back and forth. Deep breath in. And then Try to relax your knees and go down a little bit. You can do the same thing on the back of your calves as you bend forward. Okay, keeping chin up and come back up. This is kind of a self-massage. So if you're in a place, if you travel a lot, if you're in an airport and you need these things, you can do these as long as you have a chair. It's easy to do. That way you don't have to get down on the floor. So we're going to do something where we just bend forward slightly and try and touch our toes, but we're not doing a deep bend, right? We're just bending forward, trying to touch our toes. So this is really for our lower back, and we can shift side to side, and then come back up slowly, climb, back up slowly. So we're back upright. All right. Very good. Hope everything feels all right. And everyone's doing okay. All right. So now we're going to start to relax. Take a deep breath in and exhale. So I'd like to work on, we've gotten everything except our actual head, right? We've got our hands, got our fingers, got our knees, got our elbows a little bit, right? When we were doing this, let's see, we got our feet. So we haven't really done our head. Our head's very important because it's connected to the rest of us. Without it, we don't really have much hope. So, so it's nice to open up our ears. If you have jewelry in, just be careful that you don't pinch yourself too hard or injure yourself. So I'm just gonna pull down on my earlobes very gently and the other parts of my ear. This might make you yawn. So just slightly, just to open up, just to bring some awareness. Nice deep breath. Our neck, same thing, very gentle. Just nice rub. It's tough to get the back of our skull. There's some, it's good cranial sacral. If you have someone who can help you with that, and you have knowledge of that, it's really helpful. It's just, it helps relieve and alleviate the heaviness of our head. Cranial sacral therapy, it's very nice, and it helps release a lot of the rubbing, because we have a lot of, what are they called? Just things. Like tonsils or any of the thing, any lymph nodes, any of that stuff, it helps release some of that. One thing I would like to advise is once we're done, is make sure that you drink water, drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. Not too much, don't want to overfill, but at the same time, just some nice water. I'm gonna work with my jaw. It's gonna look silly, it's okay, I don't mind. Looks silly anyway, so it's all good. Just adds to the charm. So I'm just going to take my chin and stick it out and begin to open my mouth and my head, right? Because this is a big empty space in here. Well, I mean, maybe not up here, hopefully, but the rest of us in here, right? It's a lot of empty space, so air gets trapped. Right, you've been on a plane, you've had to pop your ears, or maybe in altitude changes. So we want to make sure that we don't have any air trapped in there. A way you can do that is slow neck bends, like this, back and forth, opening the jaw. A yawn is okay, that happens. And just open up, release all that. Same thing with our nose, squeezing our eyeballs. Letting it, and same in the other direction. All right, so we're going to squeeze and then stretch. Squeeze and stretch. Squeeze and stretch. This could also cause tearing, which is normal too. That's good. It's a nice release. Traps any water that gets trapped in there. If you have headaches and stuff like that, that can, one of the causes can be we're just stuffed up. Nice deep breath in and exhale. We're going to do some eye motions, eye rotations. So we're going to I'm going to close my eyes and I'll just give instruction. Hopefully you can follow along pretty easy. I'm just going to lift my eyeballs up. I move my head slightly when I do this. And over to the left, down to this at the bottom of your eyes, very center, and then over to the right. Back up again, and then to the center. One last time, and come up. To the left, down, to the right, up, and to the center. One last time. Up, to the left, down, to the right, up, and then center. Now we're going the opposite direction. So we're going to go up, to the right, down, to the left, and up. One more time. Up, to the right, down, to the left, up, center. Last time. Up, to the right, down, to the left, up, and center. Right. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Now we're just going to lift our eyeballs up and down, and up and down, and up and down. Side to side, right to the left, back to the right, back to the left, back to the right, to the left, and center. Now, if you have any eye issues, glaucoma, anything of the sort, be mindful of that. If there are any issues in that way, we'll make sure everyone feels good and safe and is doing right by themselves. Just because I give instruction on, and this is anything, it's more of a suggestion than you have to do something, right? So do what you can. Just give it, showing up is half the battle, and so it's so I just want to make sure that you're comfortable and ease into it. Just another deep breath in and exhale. Starting to slow down, so maybe lean back in your chair if your chair has a back. If not, just get in as a comfortable position as you can. I'm going to sit here for a moment. I like to have my hands up, my head up slightly. Try not to bend your head forward. Keep your head up. Inhale and exhale. One more nice inhale. Slowly exhale. Release anything left that you need to release. Slowly open our eyes, gently. Start squeezing our hands. Rotate our wrists, kind of start where we begin again where we stop, or where we started. Just rotate, rotate, rotate. Same thing. And legs and the whole bit. All right. Once your eyes are open, one more nice deep breath. And exhale. So thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them. Or if you would like to email me directly, my email is chris@msfocus.org. And happy to answer any questions or give you any references. And I also appreciate feedback because it helps me prepare a proper class for you. So I appreciate you guys being here, and we do this every Thursday at 10:45 Eastern time, and it goes, we do about 45 minutes or so, maybe 50, sometimes a full hour, depending on how it's going. But you're welcome to comment, and thank you so much for joining us this week, and hopefully we'll see you next Thursday at 10:45.